So one of the things I wanted to do as a part of attending for coming over to Boston was pretty much get involved in all the major aspects that Harvard gets involved in. One of the things that was kind of unique that actually the Harvard Extension Association puts together is something called as a masquerade ball, where they actually get pretty much every Harvard student to kind of just chill out a little bit. It's primarily undergrads, but I saw plenty of grad students. And so basically what I did, and I think I've spoken about this in an earlier video, is the ball was from 10 to 1 a.m. in the night, and therefore I also needed to be part of the SEM, or the Sustainability and Environmental Management Mixer, between 4 and 10. So the way yesterday started out for me was that I woke up in the morning, I booked a hotel at the Sheraton Boston, and thankfully, it was at 1/3 or 1/4 the price I would have normally paid for it. Thankfully, I couldn't have afforded it otherwise. And once I booked it, I pretty much took some of my stuff to the Sheraton. But even before that, I had a luncheon with a Sherpa group, and really that was one of my Harvard classmates. Her name is Andrea, and she's actually written a book on Six Sigma and sustainability, which is fascinating. And basically had lunch with her and her CEO husband. Her husband's a businessman, conducts lots of business in China and some in India, and a very interesting couple. And I was joined by a couple of other, very high-level people. One was Carol and one was Richard. Lady Carol was with a paper company. Richard's got his own team build. He was a rower, and he conducts executive coaching on team building exercises. And so they were both fascinating people to be with and hang around with. So I sure hope that I can continue to stay in touch with them. And it was funny because I got to meet Andrea again at the SEM Mixer later on in the evening, and she asked me specifically, hey, you want to keep in touch with them? So I'm definitely going to take her advice. It's not as if I'm necessarily looking for a job change or anything like that right now, but it helps to know people who are causing change. So one of the other things I did was right after lunch, I ran over to the Sheraton, changed over into a suit, and I had barely 20 minutes to kind of get changed. Went to the SEM Mixer, and then there were about 7 or 8 panelists, student panelists, and everyone spoke with passion. And some very, very interesting personalities. There was a lady from the military. I think there'll be a separate video to that, which I really want to kind of preserve, as something special. Probably a once in a lifetime thing, if you will. And right after that, we had to mix around with certain students. So I got to meet a couple of fascinating individuals, a guy by the name of Gio and a lady by the name of Sophie. Very unconventional people, probably not highly looked upon to a certain degree, but because of their lack of like a master's or a couple of masters or anything like that, but very innovative, original thinking, especially Gio. And Sophie didn't talk too much early on, but then later on, when she really shared some of her life experiences and what she'd done pretty early in her career and what she didn't want to do anymore, it was obvious that she'd been through a lot.
The next Legionnaire train arrives in 5 minutes.
Legionnaire, that's the one that I'm going to use next. But right after that, I also saw my old friend Maria Pensantes from Houston. I've known her for about 8 years or so now. And it was interesting to see her as a part of the program. And, I could take a guest with me to the masquerade ball. So She kind of joined me for it, and we actually met Andrea and Rob at the ball. So did a couple of other SEM friends. Probably didn't hang around for more than an hour and a half, after which we split. And it was a late night for me. I got to bed at 1. It's about 7:45 right now, and I'm going back to my hotel in Quincy. And right after my going there, I think I'm gonna just grab breakfast and probably check out of there and park at one of the Harvard parking lots. And once I park, I think the plan is to just leave my stuff in there while I spend time till about 4 doing things. And then at 4 o'clock, I think I'm going to head over to the airport and probably drop off. Head back to Houston. It's a 4-hour flight heading back, so I should be in at Houston pretty late in the night, and then I still got a half an hour drive. So it's going to be a late morning Monday showing up. Anyway, that's a plan. And so as you can see, lots and lots of things happening. It doesn't seem like it's just been 3 days, seems more like 10, but that's what a long vacation and a busy vacation, or a short but packed vacation, will do for you. Some fascinating people to meet, so all good. And my apologies for not being able to do more live feeds yesterday. When I say live feeds, just as and when things were happening, live captures rather. But that's the nature of the game. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.